was taken by a con man.
I flaunt my drinking. You know? No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. She said a little while ago that I inflict my drinking on you people, and I'm really sorry about that because I'm really...
You're not one bit sorry. See? Look at how arrogant. He's sticking it out there like...
Wait a minute, I ain't sticking anything out.
You're sticking your drink out there like...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, folks, if you don't like my drinking. I'm very sorry.
No, I'm not.
Have you ever heard
I didn't know I was inflicting
a bigger hypocrite?
anybody.
He's a hypocrite. The biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. I'm not inflicting. At the same time, he's saying, in your face, people. You know, he's out of the school, the old school of the rebel, the drug user, the alcoholic, who's never going to quit. He's intractable. He's going to drink until he dies.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't know what intractable means.
But let me tell you something.
Okay, here we go.
He hasn't drank enough to get in ICU, critically
I'm working
ill.
at it. I'm working.
Oh, see, he
at
thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny. God help the people that have to be around a drunk until he gets either to the point of getting sick enough that he will consider rehab. Before a druggie will ever consider rehab, and before an alcoholic will ever consider rehab, he's going to torture a lot of people.
That's right. And don't you forget it.
Yeah, right. I don't forget it. Don't.
If it wasn't for you, I'd never be able to torture anybody.
That's right. They've all fled. I'm the only one. And the reason why I have put up with him is because I'm one of the few people that knows how his talent, original talent, his original intellect, which he is wasting in alcoholism. Probably, I don't even know what he's... And so let's find out what makes a criminal, an alcoholic, who is a criminal because he abuses people. To me, an alcoholic is a criminal. He abuses people around him. He's Mr. Good Guy and then Mr. Bad Guy. And when he's bad,
well,
he is somebody you don't want to be around.
And when he's good, he doesn't.
That's right.
Where are you always trying to hit me?
Yeah, because I feel like hitting you because you're abusing me. You're throwing your alcoholic talk and behavior in my face.
All right. Now, of course, we've got an extra couple hours to go on this one. Tell me about your first relationships with men.
What's that got to do with this?
There's
a lot of stupid, foolish men in this world and boys that get an alcohol behavior problem. My first husband, when he would
I'm not talking about, I said men.
He wanted to kill people.
I said men. I said you
me in particular. Every time he got drunk, he wanted to kill people. Well, that was starting my life out. But I had one earlier. I had one from the time I opened my little eyes to life. Daddy. Daddy was a terrible drunk. He would get drunk every weekend from the time I was born. Before I was born, when he'd been doing this a long time. He would get drunk every weekend, torture everybody with his drunken behavior. Then he would sober up, go back to work, shovel ditch.
Come on,
do anything. My dad shoveled a lot of ditch.
Yeah.
Would you shovel ditch for money?
Yes, I did. I worked construction
was a master. Oh yeah, one summer my dad shoveled ditch his whole life. Why? Because he did not believe in, he didn't believe that anybody could shovel the ditch, put in the dams, water. He was a gardener who wanted his crops to grow the very best they could from the watering. And he did not trust anybody else to water as much as well as he did himself. So at 5 o'clock in the morning, he would be up all summer long as long as the water was running on the fields, he'd be over there. But on the weekends, the water might not get tended because he would have to go. As long as, up until I left home at 13, he would have to go over to town and get some alcohol and get drunk.
Well,
This is what I grew up with.
He's digging ditches. Let's
Oh
allow
yeah,
it.
oh yeah, he deserved it. Did we deserve it? We were hauling the goddamn water, carrying them in buckets, washing clothes, bottling food all summer long, and we didn't think we had to get drunk every weekend because we deserved it. Men are the only ones
You're only
that think they should.
You're only
They
6 years
deserve
old.
to
You
get
shouldn't be
drunk.
getting drunk at 6 years old.
Oh, my mother did not go get drunk every weekend because she bottled all week. Like my dad. My dad worked hard all week, and so he deserved to go make a great big ass of himself, get so damn drunk he couldn't even walk, pass out,
Well, what's the big deal?
and torture everybody around him with his extreme drunkenness. He deserved that somehow.
Of course.
What kind of thinking is that?
I don't
Only
know.
men think that way because they
You
can
tell
inflict
me.
it. They abuse women by inflicting this kind of behavior on them.
I
So
don't
my
know.
poor
You tell
mother,
me.
who was born in a family that didn't drink, he inflicted this on her every weekend. And she got angrier and angrier till she was so angry. One of the few ways that she could affect
How
him
angry was she?
was she couldn't whip him, so she would whip his kids, which hurt him. He didn't like to see her whip their kids because she was mad at him. Okay, I can't whip you. Well, I'll take these little kids of yours and I'll whip the heck out of them. See how you like that?
Well, the guy.
Well, my dad didn't like it very well, but not enough to quit drinking and making her so angry. He didn't care enough about us kids to quit doing what made her so angry, which was drink and a few other things that no wife would ever want her husband to do.
Well, I'll tell you what. I believe you have told me your story. And what were those other things that he used to do?
Well, it doesn't matter what a man does to torture
What
a
do you
woman,
mean?
to torture
You're
a
just
wife,
telling me.
to torture his kids. He's a criminal. He is someone who is abusive. And there's a lot of men who are abusive to women and children in their power. You're born to this guy, and my mother didn't. She was just in, and you know, and he didn't want her.
I'm
really. He didn't
inflicting
want
too
her
much
really.
punishment on your people.
Oh yeah, right here.
Wait a
See?
minute.
Yeah, look at it. Look at the arrogance. The arrogance.